Southern twang too. So I'm a
Okay.
country boy at heart.
Where are you from?
I'm from Durham, North Carolina, baby.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'm originally from
Yeah.
Alabama.
Okay, then no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And how you doing tonight, beautiful?
I'm doing great. You doing okay?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful. And I was looking on your page, and I had to ask you because I tell me about the Bliss cruise because you you and your partner was looking real swazzy over there in the outfits and
Well,
everything. So
we definitely had fun on the Bliss cruise. Um, but that's also part of the reason I'm so tired and exhausted. I think I slept 12 hours last night. But but it was a great cruise. It was actually on Royal Caribbean's largest ship that they have
mm,
right now. Um, which,
mm,
for us was actually a little big. Bigger's not always
mm,
better in some cases, and it made it more
yeah,
difficult, to learn your way around a ship,
yeah.
and there was just lots of people everywhere. But it was a great trip, and it was our third Bliss cruise,
Mm.
and we're already scheduled for next November as well.
Oh my God! So tell my smokers, what is the Bliss cruise?
It is a cruise for lifestylers, for swingers, for people who, you know, want to be
Mm.
naked out in public, out on the pool and stuff,
Yeah.
um, and want to meet other like-minded people, um, so they can fool around and things like that. And the entire cruise is dedicated to that. It's not like some hotel takeovers where, you
Oh
only
my
have the
God.
top two floors or something like that. It's an
Uh,
entire cruise, and this one had over 6,000 people on it. And
that is beautiful.
and so it's a whole lot of swingers on that cruise, that's for sure.
So how bad did people cut up?
I don't
Because
know.
once you hit the water, I'm pretty sure cutting up began.
you know, um, I am sure there were quite a few people that were intoxicated, as well as partaking in other um, non-mentionables, I guess. But you know, it's almost like though, as soon as you're in a position where you have permission to do something that's
Hmm.
taboo, that's not okay to do in a normal society, it
Hmm.
almost makes people behave better. It
Yeah.
in my opinion anyway. um
Hmm.
because you got to stay sober enough to so that things work, right?
Hmm. Oh yeah. Because
and
see, no, because see, when you in a a situation where you can be open, free.
mhm,
Everyone around you thinks like you or what have you. And plus you get to meet
right,
new people. Cause I
right,
mean, I don't know, people from all the United States, and they all do what you do. They swing. Some of them even film
mhm,
content. Yes,
right.
people, I keep telling you this. There's a lot of porn stars that
Yes,
swing.
my collabs fell through. So I didn't make any real content while I was on the trip, and my allergies were
Mhm.
giving me, they were being a bitch.
Oh my
But yeah,
God.
people make content on it. It becomes part of their tax write off and stuff if they're a creator, and things like that. But it's definitely a wild time. But a lot of us think that drunk ain't
Mhm.
sexy, and I would be included in one of those. And so I
No
don't
doubt.
know. I feel like, at least in my opinion, you see much less of people that are just really, quote, tearing it up, so to speak. They're just
Yeah.
tearing it up in other ways, not, I mean, everybody's
Yeah.
dancing, everybody's having a great time, things like
Mhm.
that. But at the end of the
Mhm.
day, they want to score.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And see,
So,
that's the beauty of it. Speaking about speaking about scoring, hello smokers. It's time to smoke this over. Welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know who I am. I'm Kevin Oliver Southern Chap, aka the porn rap star. See, she liked that, didn't she? See, I like keeping them on their toes, keeping them on their toes. You know, you can find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Four wonderful sponsors to tell you about. The first one being a wonderful adult mag that we know and love, RockSizzleMagazine.com. Next up, award-winning, award-nominated voiceover with smut, and they even got virtual reality, BlushErotica.com. Also, for you people that love candles, I got you. The Kinky Candle Company, link in the description. And if you even need some legal help, the queen of law herself, Mitchell Ferrari, link in the description. Also, you can find me 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullswatradio.com. Also, you can catch me at sgpradio.com as well as skyhawkafterdarktv.com. Now, this lady here is a porn star, swinger, hot wife, sexy MILF, pog. She's all that. And a can of beans. She has a pretty smile, a banging body, and a very nasty, 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 nasty disposition. And trust me, she's a lady that you definitely want to get a massage from.
oh, you
Tantric
see my massage
and
videos?
otherwise. Oh yes, oh yes. So with that being said, I'm gonna sit back and let this lady that loves to misbehave introduce herself. Tell me who you are, baby.
Hey guys, I am Miss Behavin, and I'm just your, I don't know, typical amateur um, porn star that likes to be a slut. And, I'm I've only been doing this a couple of years, so I'm having fun and enjoying what we do. So I'm liking, all the trips that we get to take now and all the friends that we get to make, which is really what it's all about, in my opinion. And all the fun that we get to have because, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And I'm to a point where I better have fun now, So I am definitely making sure that that is exactly what we do.
Oh, for sure. And the beauty of this business that we get to really have fun, no judgment, and be as freaky as nasty as we want to be. And so before I go into the time machine, uh it how much is the massage? Because I see you have a lot of those videos. And and you got women and men. How much the fans really love the massage video?
It's been kind of hit or miss, to be quite honest. My girl massage bit videos have been more popular than my boy girl massage videos, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's been kind of hit or miss with my massage videos. But if you've
Mm-hmm.
ever seen, we go to Secrets Hideaway a lot, and I I'm what
Mm-hmm.
most would consider a true exhibitionist. I kind of got into this because I like to be watched, and that's one of my kinks. And that's how we started going
Mm-hmm.
to lifestyle places to begin with. And if you've ever seen my massage in person, it would be worth something. I'm not sure what, but it would definitely be worth something. But because that's one of the things that I enjoy doing when I am being
Mm-hmm.
watched in my favorite dungeon.
Mm-hmm. See, and what's funny is I never got the opportunity to be the one giving the massage during my career. I was always the
Hmm.
one giving the massage. And see, too, also, see, people, let me make this see, she don't mail it in. She actually give real massages. I actually watch the shit. So
It's
it's
not like
like,
I'm
how much do
professionally
you,
trained in anything, but you know,
yeah. But see, but you have an idea of it. And plus also with the full body, using your body in it and stuff like that also and everything. So it's kind of like, to me, was that wanted, because of course everyone got their series of scenes that they got
Mm-hmm.
content,
Right.
signature and stuff like that. You know, what made you decide to do the massage and that become a series? Because to me,
Well,
I think the girl doesn't surprise me because we love seeing women rub on each other. So, but go ahead.
well, first of all, um, body massage is one of the things that I do to my husband when we're playing in the dungeon, and
Mm-hmm.
and I love to be watched when I'm doing it. And so, but I
Mm-hmm.
also kind of go back to the kinds of things that I like to watch when I'm watching porn. And
Mm-hmm.
when I'm watching porn, I'm usually watching girl girl, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the time it's watching, kind of sexual tantric type massage videos. And
Mm-hmm.
so I thought, well, it's one of the things that I enjoy doing, so why don't I try to make it into a little video series? And
Mm-hmm.
I've made a few of them, and but I just kind of I just kind of dabble in different things as far as my content goes, and it's, if people like it, great. If they
Mm-hmm.
don't, I'm still going to keep doing what I enjoy doing, and
Mm-hmm.
and I love giving the massages, and um, especially when I'm doing it live.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would love to have a massage. I'm not even gonna front. I like her massages. Yes, I would love them. She ain't got to give me the happy ending. The massage is just the the happiness of the ending that I would need. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even
So
gonna
you
front.
wouldn't need a happy ending?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to have one, but if I ain't have one, I wouldn't be mad though. That's the point. That's how good the massage is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
My massages are really good.
oh yes, they are. I just piece it, and I will reciprocate, and I will reciprocate. So now let's go back in the time machine. What got misbehaving into, first of all, swinging? We begin there.
Mhm. Well, um, a few years ago, I don't know, it's probably been about 5 years ago. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a school teacher, and I finished that career. And I was a math teacher, so um,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't one of those you just punch the time clock teaching positions that some people might um, think are easy, although no teaching position is easy. But I mean, it wasn't an easy job to do, and especially these days. But I think I was still teaching then, but I sent my husband a text while he was working, and I said, because I always used to send him a text about things I was not sure what his response was going to be like. I would send him messages while I knew he was at work. That way, I wouldn't be there
Mm-hmm.
to be the receiver thereof of his response if it wasn't a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Mm-hmm.
sent him a message, and it says, I told him I wanted to go somewhere where we could fuck in public. and, and I got an immediate response of, okay, do they make places like that? And I'm like, yeah, there's this place in Jamaica. And so when he got home, we booked 2 trips to Hedo, and that was our first soiree in, to the world of public nudity and fucking in public and things like that. And I would consider myself more of an exhibitionist and a soft
Mm-hmm.
swap. We're not, quote, you know,
Mm-hmm.
some people that have been lifetime swingers think that, you're either a full fledged swinger or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And I disagree with that. And so
Mm-hmm.
there's always different levels, different boundaries. And, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people forget that voyeurism and exhibitionism are kinks and are part of, the whole sexual part of our sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
and just it's more in some of us than it is others. And so, our first trips, I was worried if someone was going to grab my tit. And I think somebody did, but it wasn't a big deal. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I realized it because it was under the water. And
Mm-hmm.
I think my husband knew it because he saw it. But,
Mm-hmm.
but it went from that, and our second trip though was during COVID. And so we
Mm-hmm.
were not able to go on that second trip until I think it was 2 years later. And
Mm-hmm.
so, in the process of trying to find places that we could go where you could have sex in public and be naked and, all those kinds of things, we found Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee, Florida, and we love it there. We've even
Mm-hmm.
purchased a condo there. And so it's very much our home away from home more often than not, to be quite
Mm-hmm.
honest.
So, because it's crazy that, see, people, you notice, if y'all know about Hindu wisdom, they didn't just stick their toe in the pool. No, fuckers. They jumped
No,
head
they do
first in.
not.
And they they
No.
they went straight. They just jumped off. They just fuck the diving
We
board. They
we
just jumped
jumped
in.
off the
It
deep
just
end, and at Hedo they have what they call a nude side and a prude side, where on
yeah.
the prude side you can wear clothes if you want, but you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
But on the nude side, it's not clothing optional. It's you don't wear anything, and
Mm-hmm.
um, and so that's the side of the resort we prefer, and we did from day one. And we I am not the kind of person that just knows how to dip my toe into anything. It's just
Mm-hmm.
all or nothing. And
Mm-hmm.
you know it kind of went from there. And
Mm-hmm.
I grew up kind of doing beauty contests and things like that, and I'd
Mm-hmm.
done a couple of photo shoots for gifts for my husband, and somebody looked at
Mm-hmm.
my photos and said, "Wow, these are great photos. You should do OnlyFans." And I'm like, "Okay," because at this point, I finished my career and I was bored to tears and trying to figure out what I was going to do to occupy my time. And there's only so much tennis and pickleball and working out and biking and things like that you can do. And so this has become what I do.
so so with that being said, all right, which we'll get back to Hindu in a second. Uh, I just love when you let them talk. They'll get to where you want, where you want them to go.
Yes,
So
yes.
she hit where we wanted to go because I always said swinging is the gateway drug into porn, ladies and gentlemen. It's a true statement. So now that we now going to start doing porn, first
Okay.
steps. How did you start going about it?
Well, I just started posting the pictures that I have already, created, already taken, and just started going from there. I, in all honesty, I had not really had even an Instagram page or Twitter page at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And I had only used Facebook for my social media, which technically is supposed to be what older people use these days. Is not the cool app anymore. But
Oh no.
but everybody said, you got to have a Twitter page, you got to have an Instagram page. So I started those,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw these people on Instagram that would post pictures of things that I would get messages about that I'd have to take them down because they would break the rules. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, that girl's showing she's wiggling her ass. I don't. Why can't I? Why can't I? and and so I actually Misbehavin is my second or third name, actually. Um,
Mm, okay.
but in all honesty, it is the perfect name for me because if you really knew me, you'd know that it describes my personality to a T. But my
Mm.
first name was Peaches and Bourbon because one of the cocktails, yeah, one of the cocktails
I
that I
know about
make
peaches and bourbon.
is made out of organic peach cider and bourbon and lemonade.
Mm,
But I
mm,
only use Chick-fil-A
mm.
lemonade. And so so I named myself Peaches and Bourbon, and my first 2 pages, completely got shut down. And I would
Mm,
pay this one page $10 or so to post me and advertise me every once in a while. And I kept saying, what is it that I'm doing wrong? And he would tell me,
mm.
and I would say, but, and he would say, but you still can't do that. They're just getting by with it because they've been doing it for a long time and they have big numbers. And
Mm,
so we made an
mm,
arrangement where I paid him for about, I don't know, 6 or 8 weeks. I started a new page, and I just offhandedly said, well, what are we going to call myself? Miss Behavin? And it stuck. It couldn't have been a more perfect name. And but the agreement was that he would start my page, he would run my page, he would have uh, full control of my page. I didn't even know the
okay.
password. And
Damn.
he, yeah, I didn't even know the password. I would send him my pics and he would post them, and he would post me every day. And so once I got to, I don't know, 2 or 3 thousand followers on Instagram, then he gave me control of my page. So,
Hey, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him.
and
It was a
so,
method to the madness. I get it. I get it.
there is a method to the madness, and it is pure madness because what I see some women get by with on Instagram. Hey, more power to them if it helps them get more followers and subscribers and
Mm,
stuff. But I can't post anything that has my butt in it for sure.
mm,
And God forbid that I have on a bikini where my legs are not together. So I still can't get by with most of the stuff that some of the other ladies can, but more power
mm.
to them. But
You ain't
my
lying.
numbers are
I ain't
too
gonna
big on
front.
Instagram now that I don't want to lose my pages. So I'm a
Yeah.
good girl now.
Oh my god. But see, that's why they got X in your sites to see you be bad there. You feel me? So
Yes, I
when
I'm
when
somewhat
did you
bad
start?
there, just not as bad as some.
So when did you start filming scenes? You know,
I
shooting with people and stuff like that. Did
well,
you start first doing solo or go ahead?
I first was doing solo and videos with my husband, but the way that I really got started, I met a girl at Secrets, and she had a OnlyFans page, and she sent me her referral link, and they get a little kickback for a year or two
Yeah.
for referring someone, and so I she was my first I think my first real girl experience, and
Mm,
it turned out that she was within driving distance from where I live, and so
mm,
I kind of started my page that way, and I started making content with her to begin with, as far as girl was concerned.
mm,
But I did not really start doing content houses and larger collabs until about a year ago.
okay. Okay. So
And
now
so,
when it comes when it comes to the male talent, how do you
mhm,
pick and choose your male talent, especially
I
for content?
don't. I don't. I pick and choose my female talent,
Okay.
and if I make any content that has males in it, it's only after um my husband and I have met them. We've built a friendship.
mm,
There's a level of
mm,
trust there and level of respect there
mm,
and things like that.
mm.
But I go for shooting uh, girl content, and
Okay.
if there's a guy in the mix because they're a couple or something, then that's
Mm,
something that gets negotiated, in person.
mm. Okay. So is it so my fan so Smoke's gonna understand, is it that girl sells the best for you? Or
No.
is it that it's kind of like, okay, the way that we want to deal with guys that want to shoot with me, this is
Hmm.
how we're going to deal with them. But I'm going
Um.
to be more focused on girl content because you kind of, how can I put it this way? Some girls will want that to be a strength, but the boy girl content is more of a change of pace. You get what I'm saying?
Right. In all honesty, and most creators will tell you the girl content doesn't sell as well as their boy girl content. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I've done a couple of orgies, and even my orgy videos don't sell as much as my boy girl content sells. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as any method for making that choice, it really is
Yeah.
a personal choice on my part and uh,
Mm-hmm.
in our relationship that
Mm-hmm.
dictates every single thing that we do in the lifestyle. So
Mm-hmm.
we have chosen not to completely open up our sexual relationship at this point. And so that's going to
Mm-hmm.
dictate, what I choose to do in the porn
Mm-hmm.
world, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's but see that's the whole point of why, like you said, your content palette is so diverse. You feel me? And plus,
Yeah.
also sometimes less is more. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
I keep getting approached by people who keep telling me that soft porn is coming back and that I'm a perfect candidate for doing soft porn. And I would agree with them on that respect
Mm-hmm.
because of, I guess, my style, so to speak. But, you know, I didn't get into this because of making money.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't stay in this because of making money. I stay in it
Mm-hmm.
because we're having fun. And then
Mm-hmm.
once it stops being fun, you know, then I'll stop doing it.
Yeah.
But, it's not like I have kids that I've got to put through college at this point in my life. I'm not raising any
Mm-hmm.
children. You know, I'm to a more comfortable spot in my life. And, you know, a lot of creators and stuff, they're at they're younger, they're at a different
Mm-hmm.
place in their lives, and they're more career driven in this respect. And, that may sound bad for me to say that, but I feel like my enjoyment shows in what I
Mm-hmm.
do. So,
Well, not really because, like, for me, I retired because it stopped being fun.
right.
So, and if you don't have a passion for it, like for example, you did a scene that I really liked where it was the Red Riding Hood with the wolves, right? You
Yes.
know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's like even though yes, you do this for fun, you don't mail it in neither. You feel what I'm coming from?
Exactly.
You come with
It
fresh
no.
ideas. You come with a fantasy. You feel what I'm saying? So even to
Well, no.
me, even though it's but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, it sounded like you said I didn't do this for fun. I do this for fun. I don't do this
No,
for
no, I know you
money.
do it for fun.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I know you do it for fun, but what I'm saying is understand what I'm saying. Yes, you do this for fun, but there's people that do it for fun. They just do a straight fuck scene called a day.
Right.
You do it
Right.
for fun. You gave me a whole fucking fantasy. The massage
well,
of fantasy.
well,
So
I have to say,
go ahead, go ahead.
I cannot take credit for that storyline. That was the other female that was in that scene, and so I cannot take credit for that storyline. But I loved making that video. We had so much fun making that video, and the guy that did some of the filming and then was part of the scene, he did an unbelievable job at filming the woods part of that scene. And I don't know, I really enjoyed that scene. It was probably one of the more fun scenes that I've done. And I have to
Yeah,
tell
because
you,
to me, go ahead.
I was just going to tell
Go ahead.
you,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
it also inspired my Red Riding Hood costume this year at Secrets, because I went as Little Red Riding Hood. And in my bath, I
Word.
had on a latex Red Riding Hood outfit with the boobs out and
Ooh.
the cape on, and I had my basket full of apples because Granny and I were going to bake a pie. And but I also had thrown in some of my old sex toys because I thought grandmas need to come too. So
Well, shoot. Well, but as far as when it comes to how you pick your male talents, what have you, I mean, me being a retired male talent myself and
mhm,
producer slash manager for women, it begins with, okay, let's just keep it 100. We pick the guys and gals for our content based off we want to fuck them. Now,
mhm,
they just keep 100 because attractability does play a key because you want it as
right,
natural as possible. Don't get it twisted. But also, it's about
right,
comfortability, period.
right,
Now, you feel what I'm saying? So, the way that you pick your male talents also translate to the scene coming off as well as it comes off, because
mhm,
you're picking them based off of, yeah, it's not a, how can I put this? It's not a fun thing, but at the same token, it's comfortability. You feel
right.
me? So you know
Well,
what I'm saying? Because it's just, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
there's a whole lot to be said
No, go ahead. What you about to
for
say?
there's a whole lot to be said for, in-person chemistry and how it translates online into the camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and you kind of want someone that you can vibe with, period.
Exactly.
So I mean, there's nothing new. And then too, let's just come down to it. The dick is the accessory. The star is the woman. Always. Sorry, fellas. I mean, I'm just being honest.
I did not say that.
Period. But shoot, but
But
but at the same token though, do you think the way that you do it kind of helps the boy girl scene shoot? Because you're not shooting with established guys like that. You feel what I'm coming from?
right. Yes.
So
Yes.
it's they so and the fact that they does well, is that more of a testament to you?
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Um, and I get messages all the time from guys and stuff, and that don't know that I mainly focus on girl content. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
even if I focused more on boy girl content, I would probably not respond any differently, because to me,
Mm-hmm.
I can look at a woman online and I can automatically figure out if there'd be chemistry in person. I can honestly say that about a
Mm-hmm.
guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, shoot. Well, I mean, let's be honest. The way that this industry has been acting this damn year, I kind of don't blame you for the way you're moving. I'm just being honest. Hey, shit. I'm sorry. That TTS cost that cost is going up with more bullshit is popping up. So
It does.
period and
And
everything.
it's been a very rough year for amateur porn, at least on my end, for sure.
Oh
So it's a
yeah,
good thing
but
that
see,
I'm
that's
not
other
all about the
reason.
dollar.
Oh yeah, but see, also like you said, soft porn, which softcore porn, which people talking about, which people, to be honest with you, that's damn it, what kind of softcore porn now? because shit. I mean, because from the generation we came from, you had
Mm-hmm.
X-rated porn. That was that Playboy stuff. And Playboy, they just didn't
Right.
show no penetration. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I think, and softcore used to be solos. So do we still count that as softcore porn?
I'm not sure. And when people tell me that soft porn is on its way back, I'm still not quite sure exactly what they mean, to be quite honest, other than I think it's more focused on the ambiance, the atmosphere, the chemistry, the foreplay, the edging, the teasing, than it is about
Oh, they
intercourse.
they, they talking about sensual, the shit we
Yes.
grew up on, pretty much. The sensual
Yes.
sex porn. We're
Exactly.
tired of the face fucking. We're tired
Yes.
of you motherfuckers pounding the girl for 15 fucking minutes. We would like to see the dick going in and out the pussy, people. Yes, we like to
Right.
see you kiss her and actually eat the pussy sometimes, fellas.
Yes, we do.
Period. And so, because no, because to me, that went the fuck away in this era. And that's what I
Well,
came up with. Because even when I filmed, go ahead.
no, go ahead and finish. Even when you filmed what?
No, even when I filmed, it was I wanted a sensualness to it.
Right.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want the scene to be I'm pounding the whole time. It was a
Right.
change of pace. I wanted the sex that we was doing to tell a story.
Right.
And that has now gotten lost and stuff. And to me, yet once again, she says she does it for fun, but see, people, we say that, but it's just the artiste and the love of the craft. That's also the fun part too, people. That
Yeah.
you take your time to you do that, y'all. It's not. It's you tell a story with your sex. Why has
Well,
that went away?
I don't know, but I can tell you when we started going to, for example, Hedo and Secrets
Mm-hmm.
Hideaway, and we would go play in the playrooms and stuff, we would watch other people because, usually if you're an exhibitionist, you're also a voyeur. And we
Mm-hmm.
would watch other people, and we would see all these swingers swapping and all this stuff. But overall, we kept thinking, that's really not sexy to me. And it it wasn't hot to watch. And you know, what I feel like we've noticed is that a lot of couples have forgotten the art of foreplay. And that's what I like the most. And I feel
Yeah.
like it's sexier than any intercourse that anybody could ever have. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's part of what drives, you know me doing this, and what we do when we
Mm-hmm.
do play in public, at Secrets or wherever it is we actually have couples that have stayed at Secrets and watched us in the dungeon for 2 hours. And we always, try to stay and talk to them afterwards and stuff, see if they have any questions about what we did, about any of
Mm-hmm.
our toys and things like that. Because if they've stayed that long, they probably do have questions. And so, but a lot of times we'll look up and those couples will be gone, but we'll see them the next day and ask them what happened. Well, they had to go back to the room and fuck because they got so horny. so, so we love it when we hear couples say that, and we love it when couples ask us questions and things like that. And you know but part of people's kinks, though, is not having that boyfriend girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
chemistry, and just fucking. That's a
Mm-hmm.
huge kink too for some people. And but
Mm-hmm.
just for us, it wasn't sexy to watch because
Mm-hmm.
we were looking forward to
But
watching the, for lack of a better term, the dance,
but
the
think about it. You
foreplay,
had you had people sitting there watching you for 2 hours having sex. that means that y'all was not born at 1 second of y'all fucking.
No,
They didn't
no.
go use the
As a matter of fact,
bathroom. They ain't
mm-mm.
go get no snack.
Well, usually when we play at secrets in the dungeon,
Yeah.
I don't know. We first of all don't fuck in the dungeon. We'll fuck in the
Mm-hmm.
playroom and other places, but we
Mm-hmm.
don't fuck in the dungeon. And
Mm-hmm.
so anyway, there's always another hour or so left to go after spending 2 hours in the dungeon because daddy got to come. so
Yeah, he got to
so
go.
we go to the playroom for that because I still like to be watched.
So, but see, but like I said though, the thing about it is, um, when it comes to like how often do you film to keep up with your updates, your content, new content when you have
Hmm.
the opportunity to?
um that's a good question, and I can honestly say it comes and goes. um
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten more into big collab trips or weekends or,
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, parties where you can really,
Mm-hmm.
for lack of a better term, bang out a whole bunch of content. And that'll get you
Mm-hmm.
through, let's say, 3 months. Excuse me, 3 months, and before you really have to, produce any more. At least as far as
Mm-hmm.
videos and stuff are concerned. Um, But I don't know. At the beginning, I was making content almost every day because I just didn't have enough and I needed to keep up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have 2 years worth, and the newer content that I focus on is more of my video content than, things like pictures and things like that. Um, and so
Mm-hmm.
now I've been able to expand to other platforms besides just OnlyFans, and more chatting platforms and camming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for me, those are a little bit more fun because you get,
Mm-hmm.
you know, interaction automatically. Like if I'm doing
Yeah.
Sex Panther, then I'm automatically,
Mm-hmm.
you know, first of all, I'm automatically getting social interaction, which is a big thing for me. I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
sexual interaction, which makes me horny, and my hubby appreciates that. And I'm getting paid, so that's a win-win all around. That's not
Oh
always
yeah.
the case if it's on some of the other platforms.
Yeah. See, but see, the thing about it is that what you're not realizing, because we keep it real on my podcast, is that sometimes what we do for fun ends up
Mm-hmm.
becoming business, and it becomes fun because of the
Yes.
business, because of the money we
Uh-huh.
make sometimes. I can say that
Right.
here with podcasting. There's not much money in it. I love doing it. But when I start making money with it, I loved it even more. Now,
Right.
but now
Yeah, that's a good point.
you're learning, yeah, because you're learning what the one thing I preached about is finding ways within the porn business to make money where it doesn't necessarily involve you being in front of the camera. One of them is the sex
Right.
platform and stuff like that.
Yes.
So for you, how important was it for you to find other ways within the
um
business?
I don't think I knew it was important until it was important. If that makes any sense. Because,
Yeah,
if you've ever heard
yeah.
the saying, you don't know what you don't know. Um, because,
Mm-hmm.
you know, during COVID, I guess is when OnlyFans really got banging away. And that was the only thing
Mm-hmm.
I was familiar with was OnlyFans. And then you set up these, social media pages and you get more exposure to things. And you're like, oh, well, then, there's Fansly and there's um, Minivids and there's Loyal Fans and all these other platforms. I can't keep track of them all. And not only that, you know, I can't keep posting on every single one because it's not like I have
Mhm.
employees that work for me. It's not like I have sexters that answer messages or, make my post each day. I do all that. And, if you're successful enough to have employees that do that for you, great. More power to you. I
Mhm.
don't. And in all honesty, if it ever got to a point where I felt the need to hire people to do that, I still don't
Mhm.
think I would because I don't know. I don't I don't know how to be fake very well.
It become too much work then.
Yeah. Well, it would
It
become
become
too
too much
much
like work
work.
then.
It would become too much like work, and then you got to put up with people calling in sick and all this stuff. You know, I can call in sick on myself and not have to put up
Mhm.
with bullshit from it. But
Mhm.
that definitely would be work. But it's more than that for me because you know I don't think that there is an AI program out there who could send as authentic a response to a message as myself. And
Amen.
I know how advanced that it's all gotten and how good it's all gotten. And but no one can be as authentic as I am. And I
Right.
don't want to put the trust in someone else or in a bot uh, to be my authentic self if it's not my authentic self, and that's really important to me. Um, so I will, even if I do ever get that busy, I still don't ever see myself trusting someone else or an application to do that for me.
Well, if I'm correct, the way she been doing business, people, she got nominated for it. So if that ain't an indication that she's doing the right, she in the right direction, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it's kind of like the blind, stumbling through this whole path here. And,
Mhm.
you know, but I learn the best by making my mistakes. And
Mhm.
I've certainly made plenty of them and will probably continue to make those mistakes. But, I'm having fun. So, but here's the other thing, I've been judged
Mhm.
for doing what I do now. I've lost friends for
Mhm.
doing what I do now. And, you know, there's a price that you pay for doing something that others deem controversial and living a lifestyle that they disagree with. So, you know, but
Oh
here's
yeah.
the other thing. If they're really my friends, they wouldn't judge me and disown me for those things either. Because here's the
Oh
thing,
no,
I've been
no.
telling all my girlfriends our entire friendship that I'm a hoe, and now that I'm making money off of it, they're like, "Oh, well, we're shocked, we're surprised." I'm like, "I've been telling you for years I'm a hoe."
Well, you know why? Because let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. We're able to two things in your situation. You're able to live sexually free.
Yes.
That to Christians, the
Mm-hmm.
United States conservatives, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that's the one thing they're scared of. A
Yes.
woman that is sexually free. Period. And add to it, she's not a detriment to her age, motherfuckers. Let's keep it 100. We want MILFs. We love MILFs and gifts. Yes, we do. We like them with
Well,
seasoning.
I'm definitely
They
in
be
that age
winning.
range. That is for sure.
So did you think that that age range was popping with porn? It's like the game done got old. And no longer they want to see the 18, 19-year-olds no more.
Well, then I'm happy about that if that's really the case. But I know I am. Uh, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I've been extremely shocked at how many 20 something and 30 something year olds message me, and and they think I'm hot, and I'm like, well, great, that's wonderful. I could be your mom, but okay.
That they what they want. They want the stepmommy, the teacher, hot for teacher. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? It's
yeah.
like, yeah, for real.
And
Because
I've
it's to the point
actually,
where no, go ahead, go ahead.
well, I taught school for over 20 years. So many of my students, previous students, are in their 30s now. And I've had some of them subscribe to my OnlyFans page. And I know that because most of them were either one dumb enough to use their real name, and I recognized it because yes, I remember lots of my students and their names. But one actually messaged me. He called me by my real name. He identified the actual school that I spent most of my teaching career at, and
Damn.
said, I didn't teach him, but he sure wishes
Mhm.
that I had, because he wanted me to take him out behind the barn and whoop his ass.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So he got quickly
See
blocked.
that let you know that. See, that lets you know how much you blowing up. I'm just saying out of this piece. So yeah, the last thing that one thing I wanted to ask you was explain to everyone sensual BDSM.
Okay, I am so glad that you asked that, because it's also on my bio, I think, on Twitter or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
the way that we got involved in playing in the dungeon and in BDSM is because when we started going to Secrets Hideaway, they have both a playroom and a dungeon. And the only thing I was even remotely familiar with was playing in the playroom. And but traditionally speaking, in my mind, um, if you played in the dungeon and were into BDSM, then that meant that you were into impact play that could cause
Mm-hmm.
bruising and welts and
Mm-hmm.
things like that, which my body and my mind would interpret as pain, or you know abuse, for lack of a better term,
Mm-hmm.
which it's not. Let me just say that it's all a negotiated relationship
Oh
between the
yeah, oh
sub and
yeah.
the dom. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that was my perception, and oftentimes perception is reality. And so, but the
Mm-hmm.
but the dungeon is right beside the playroom at Secrets, and so out of just curiosity, we would walk into the dungeon, and we would walk in and spend a couple of minutes and walk right back out. But the staff there and everybody was so nice and was always there to answer questions and everything. And so we kept going back, but every time we'd go, we'd stay a little bit longer. And finally, it was kind of like to the point where we either needed shit or get off the pot and do something in there, although we had no clue what we were going to do. But we did something, and I can't even tell you what we did, to be
Mm-hmm.
quite honest. But BDSM for us is a sensual act, where we're really not impact
Mm-hmm.
players. And when we first got involved in going in there,
Mm-hmm.
we thought we weren't part of the BDSM spectrum. And what we're discovering is that it's a huge part of the whole BDSM spectrum. It's just not the part that
Mm-hmm.
most people associate with BDSM. And so normally, if you say, oh,
Correct.
well, we like to play in the dungeon, or we're a BDSMer, or things like that, people automatically associate that with
Mm-hmm.
high, hard impact play. And that is, for some, what
Mm-hmm.
they get enjoyment from doing, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not what we get enjoyment for doing. And so we had started playing more and more and more in the dungeon, to the point that I have literally had someone see us walking into the dungeon, and they've literally grabbed me by the arm and twirled me around and said, "Are y'all about to do a show?" And, and my response was, "It's not a show, but we love for you to watch."
This is real.
And
Yeah,
so,
so because people don't realize, even with, they say, you got him tied to the cross and you jerking
mhm,
him off. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? It's people don't realize BDSM, they look at it in a physical sense, but not a mental sense. And that what BDSM realm is a mental sense.
it
So
is. It
it's
is.
that,
And it's
you know,
all a
that's what it comes
very
down to.
respectful, negotiated relationship between the dom and the sub, or the top and the bottom.
Mhm.
And what people don't really understand is that it's really the submissive that's in total control of a scene.
Correct.
And it may
Correct.
look otherwise, but that submissive or that bottom is always the person that is in control, period. And
Yeah.
and we like that people like to watch us, and as a
Mhm.
result, I have now started having people ask me to do scenes on them. And
Mhm.
and although I'm not trained or
So,
qualified
uh,
to do stuff
so I'm
like
asking
that,
this: what does sensual BDSM look like? So they can get a picture of it. Just give me
in
an
my
example.
opinion, it's what very slow sexual foreplay would look like. But it
Mm,
involves for us restraints, or or doesn't
I
even have to
got
be
you.
restraints, but where you hinder another one of the other of the five senses, where you may be
Mm,
still giving physical interaction and sexual interaction with your bottom or your top, whatever the relationship is. But there's
mm-hmm,
some other sense that has been blocked, whether you have earphones on and you can't hear everything, you have a blindfold on sometimes and you can't see, you know, visual inputs. Um, like when we play in the dungeon, I like to be
mm-hmm,
blindfolded and I like to be handcuffed. I do not like my ankles to be cuffed because I am a mover and a shaker when
mm-hmm.
when I am on the bottom. And you know,
Ooh.
I'm a I tell people that I am a high maintenance comer. Um,
Mm,
and on a good night, when we're playing in the dungeon, I would say a
mm.
good 15, 20 squirting orgasms is just par for the course for me.
That is beautiful.
So, so I would say that sensual BDSM, in my definition, is where you
Mm-hmm,
incorporate more sensual foreplay type activity with some
mm-hmm,
form of restraint where you have blocked one of your other senses, whether it be movement, hearing, sight, you know. But it can also involve taste and scents and
yeah,
smells and verbal communication. It's all of those things kind of
yeah.
wound into
Because when you
one.
think about it,
And
when you blindfolded, you actually submitting. You know what I'm saying? When you're
yes,
handcuffed, you're submitting because you're giving up
absolutely.
full control. Because now you can't control nothing that happens.
That's exactly what it is. And it takes a tremendous level of trust to give up those freedoms. And
Mm-hmm,
in a lot of relationships, you have a strict top and bottom or dom and sub relationship. But for us, we're what you
mm-hmm,
consider switches. We can both top and we can both bottom. And so, since I'm such a high maintenance comer and have all this sexual energy that I have to get out, I always start on him first so I can get some of my energy out that way. And then that way, when I am on the bottom, or when I'm the bottom,
mm-hmm.
then I can really let loose. But at least I've gotten some of those initial energies released so that I can now be a little bit more settled and relaxed and be a better receiver.
Well, people, I think this is a great place for an endpoint for this show. I hope y'all enjoyed it just as much as I have. What she was just saying, I'm like, that is beautiful. And people, I held up here for an hour, and there's a lot we ain't even touched, man. So
I
you know, I got
know.
to ask this gorgeous lady the $1 million question. Miss Behavin, can I call you a smoke buddy?
I'm not a smoker if that's what you're asking, but I am your buddy.
So say no more. She'll be back here on the Smokers Lounge, and if willing, and if she's down, we're going to bring her. And I know premium smokers, I hear you. I hear you. We're going to bring her to the premium smoke room on Loyal Fans. That's right, people. Six premium podcasts for you to enjoy, plus special event episodes. And you know, the conversation gets way, way more saucier, and it gets more candid, more provocative, more unpredictable, more wilder, more crazier. The tits come out, dildos might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe. And if you're looking for some Triple X content, you can check out my work as I give ladies the work, because you know big dicks grows in the sticks. That's why they used to call me Big Country. You feel me? And for my Spotify listeners, I have a subscription side over there as well. Savage Smoke, where I talk to the industry's top male talents and producers about the industry as we give you that real smoke from a male perspective, as well as over 400 episodes of limited podcast series that I've done in the past. Podcast, premium smoke podcast episodes, as well as chronicles of a spit queen episodes that are not on Loyal Fans, and some special stuff that I'll be doing just strictly for Spotify. So, whether you want to be a premium smoker or you want to catch some savage smoke, either way, catch the smoke. Subscribe to one or both. So, with that being said, Miss Behavin, can you tell everybody where they can see you misbehaving?
Well, if you want to see me in person, Misbehaving, we're at Secrets Hideaway quite a bit. but but you can visit me on OnlyFans. Um, you can visit me on Twitter. You can visit me on Loyal Fans, MiniVids. But I will also be attending AVNs in January. Will you be there?
Unfortunately, I will not be there, but I will make it there one year. Oh, for sure.
Well,
For
I
sure.
hope to be at one of the booths signing pictures, autographs, whatever. And
Oh,
I'm really looking forward to doing that. So that's where I'm going to be.
no doubt, no doubt. So, people, she will be back here. Hopefully, we will bring her to the premium smoke room. We will discuss that after this, after I end this wonderful, wonderful show. And hopefully, in the future, I get the opportunity to actually do an in-person interview with her. So, we're gonna have that today. Now, what did you smoke over this episode? What did we give you to learn this episode? Well, there's a million and one ways to skin a cat. You just need the right tool, ladies and gentlemen. Like I told you, I give you the spectrum of everything from women's sexuality, male sexuality, even to the adult film industry. Not everybody's trying to shoot with the brasses. Not everyone's trying to go mainstream. Not everyone's trying to shoot with every top male talent in the business. Some people actually like doing this business and do it for fun, period. But also, like I said, part of that fun is not just the sex. It's not just the experience. It's also making the money. And the other part is creating something that is wonderful. Because this business is a craft, whether you believe it or not. It is an art form.
It
And
is.
like most artists, they do it for the love. That's the reason why you had Picasso, you had, Mozart. You feel what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar. There you go. You know, they do it for the love. And when you do it for the love, your creation is actually better. See, the problem is that when I came into business, we actually enjoyed doing this shit. That's why some of these porn scenes that is old can still sell to this day and people still talk about. Because it was a love there. It was something about, you know how you say grandma put a foot in it, put a foot in that dish because it tastes that good because she put the extra love in it. That's why. There's not a lot of love in the film and content creation nowadays. And it shows. That's why a lot of y'all are sitting complaining y'all make a lot of money or what have you, because you don't love what you do. And if you don't love what you do, you're not going to create something great. You feel me? Billy Carson said it best. Find something that you're passionate about, do it, and supply others who are passionate about it also. Keyword, passion. That means you enjoy doing it. They enjoy seeing it. You feel me? And if you don't like what you do, trust me, the fans are going to tell. That's going to be the difference between you having a good month financially or a bad month. Because if you think the fans can't tell, think fucking again. So, with that being said, people, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Miss Behavin, tell everyone goodbye.
Bye. Thank you so much for having me on your show, and I can't wait till we get to do it again.
Neither. Deuces.